Okay, good morning everyone. Today we'll discuss about the new topic called as equal area criterion. So this is the part of power system stability. In previous classes we have studied about the swing equation. Okay, so this is the another way of calculating the transient stability analysis. So this equal area criterion, that is EAC, is an old graphical method that allows the assessing the transient stability of electrical power system in a simple and comprehensive way. The method was developed and popularized at 1930s, and its origin is not very well. Okay, so this is the one of the method of calculating or assessing the transient stability. So what is that equal area criterion? So you know the power angle curve, that is delta versus time. The rotor angle delta is going to be varied after the some disturbance occur. So it will reach the maximum value, that is called as delta max. So if delta is more than 90 degree or equal to 90 degree, so it can come back to the stable position. If it is delta is more than 90 degree, so the system will become unstable. Otherwise, it will be swinging for some time. After some time, it will reaches the stable point or equilibrium point after some time. So the system is stable when d delta by dt, that is equal to 0. That means change in delta, it will become 0 with respect to the time. So after some time it will become 0, then the system is called as stable. So if it is unstable means d delta by dt is more than 0 for a long period. So the system is considered as unstable position. So how to access this in equal area criterion? That is by power angle curve. So this is the power angle curve. So this is the PM is the mechanical input given to the rotor, and in y-axis that is the power is taken, in x-axis delta is in terms of radian. Okay, so therefore initially what happens, so the mechanical power is taken, so that is taking one straight line. So this is the mechanical power input. So this is the one operating point. Initially, this in this operating point A, PM, both PM is equal to PE. So that is electrical power. PE is electrical power output. So if both are equal at this point A, suppose any fault occurs, so immediately, so what happened? Your P becomes 0 or P will be less, P becomes 0, then at that time mechanical power will be increasing. Okay, so difference of PM and PE, that is equal to accelerating power PA, that is equal to PM minus PE. Okay, so we have studied in the swing equation. So if PM is greater than PE, so what happens? The machine will accelerate. The machine will accelerate. Okay, so if the electrical power is more than the mechanical power, or mechanical power is less, electrical power is more, so then the machine will be decelerate. Okay, so there are 2 points here. This is point A and this is point B. Okay, so if the mechanical power is increased, okay, so then electrical power is reduced, then at the time, that is the angle of delta naught initial condition. So what happens? Electrical power becomes 0. So then you have the curve. We need to assess like this. After some time, we need to clear the fault. So at delta C, if the fault is clear, the automatically the electrical power will jumps back to the P max here. Okay, so now the PE is more than PM. This PE is more than the PM. So then the machine will decelerate. So like this. Okay, so then we will get two area, that is A1 and another one is called as A2. Then these two area, A1 area is called as the accelerating area and A2 area is called as the decelerating area. If both A1 is equal to A2, then the system will be stable. Okay, if A2 is more than A1, the system will be unstable. Okay, so these are the things. At point A, so this is the operating point, initial operating point. This is the stable point, and B is unstable point. So if the machine will more than the point B, so because the delta it will reaches the maximum angle, that is 90 degree. Delta is more than 90 degrees, so that is called as delta max. If more than the delta max, the system will be unstable. Okay, so this is called as a equal area criterion initially. So what happened? Normal condition PM is equal to PE when three phase fault. So for this is assessment of usually for three phase fault. So this is a severe fault. So we are not assessing for single phase to ground, single line to ground, double line to ground, anything. So this is especially used for the three phase fault. So at that condition, PE will become 0 only. So operating point, now it is shifted to. So we will consider now this point is A. Okay, we will draw once again. This is delta. This is PE. Initially, PM is equal to PE at this point. So this is 0 point to our curve, power angle curve will be like this. So initial operating point, that is equal to A. So that is when PM is equal to PE at this position. So when three phase fault occur, so PE will become 0. So then operating point A, that is shifted to point B. This is the point B at delta naught. That is the initial angle delta naught. So after that, when fault is cleared, so by using the circuit breaker, the circuit breaker is operating and the fault will be cleared at some point. So that is called as clearing angle delta C. So the operating point is now shifted to point B to C. Okay. So now when the circuit breaker is opening, so then fault is cleared. Once fault is cleared, your PE becomes active. So PE will become increases. Okay. So now PE is more than PM. Then the OP accelerate to the point D. This is the point C. So it will accelerate from C to D point. C to D point. Okay, the machine will be accelerating in this direction initially. So it will be accelerating like this, like this. So the angle will be increasing in this direction. Okay, so once the PE will be increases more than PM, so what happen? Your accelerating power will be negative because PA is equal to PM minus PE. Okay, if PE is more, so you will get accelerating power is in terms of negative. If negative acceleration means that is the deceleration. Okay, so now the machine start decelerating to point E, here to here, decelerating. So then the now rotor, it will continuously swinging from point A to point E. So continuously it will be swinging. After some time it will reaching the stability, right? So it will reaching the stability after some time. If it is delta angle, it should not cross as 90 degree, then only it will come back to the stable position. Up to that, the damping will be present. So that is continuously damping, it will be happening. Okay. So the machine will be now accelerating and decelerating. Continuously it will be happening for some time. So rotor decelerates from point D to E. So both the areas of accelerating and decelerating power, it will be same. So now consider like this up to here. So this is called as A1, area A1. This is called as area A2. This is, so now area A1 is equal to area A2. Then the system will come back to the stable state. So this is called as equal area criterion. Okay. So now we will look at the mathematical point of view. So write the derivation for this. In system where one machine is swinging with respect to the infinite bus. Suppose this is the system generator. It is operating with infinite bus. The infinite bus having a voltage V at an angle 0. So this is Eg at an angle delta. So operating with infinite bus. Okay. So it is possible to study the transient stability. So possible to study the transient stability by means of simple criterion. So without restoring the numerical solution of swing equation without using that. So we can study the graphical representation, that is called as the equilibrium criterion. So initially considering swing equation is a continuation of swing equation itself. Swing equation what is your swing equation? M into d square delta by dt square, that is equal to Pm minus Pe, that is equal to Pa, right? So now d square delta by dt square is equal to Pm minus Pe. So take M on this side divided by M. So this is also called as Pa by M. So where Pa is the accelerating power. So now, so what is the value of M? M is equal to H divided by pi into F. That is in per unit system, right? So now, this is delta max up to this point. If more than delta max, the system will become unstable. It's the unstable region. So this is the d delta by dt. If it is 0, then it will come back to the stable position. Okay. So with respect to t, the system is stable if at some time d delta by dt is equal to 0. So this continuous damping will be died out, then the system will come back to the stability, okay, constant equilibrium point. So when the d delta means that is changing with respect to time, delta is continuously varying with respect to time. After some time this damping will be die out, it come back to the stability, okay. So this, when this condition will become 0, then it will come back to the stability point. So therefore d delta by dt that should be 0 and system will be stable, and if d delta by dt is greater than 0, so the system will be unstable. So this is the delta versus t, that is the plot for stable and unstable system. So multiplying both sides of the swing equation by 2 into d delta by dt. So what happens? What is your system? D square delta by dt square is equal to Pa divided by M. Is there, okay? So multiply for this 2 times of d delta by dt on both sides. So this will become 2 times of Pa by M into d delta by dt. Okay, or we can write it as d delta by dt into d delta by dt whole square is equal to 2 times of 2 by m into PA to d delta by dt. Right? You can write like this. So integrating this term with respect to t, we obtain d delta by dt whole square is equal to 2 by m integration of d delta by dt into PA to d delta by dt into dt. Okay. Hello.
Left side, sir.
Your voice is breaking. So integrating with respect to t here, d square delta by dt take here.
Sir, left hand side, sir.
Side. So d delta by dt. Hello. Integration of this d delta by dt. So d square delta by dt, d delta by dt whole square is equal to take 2 by m outside. So integration apply here. So delta naught to delta. So it is PA into d delta by dt into dt. So this will becomes 2 by m to integration of delta naught to delta into PA to d delta. dt dt get cancelled. So d delta by dt square, delta by dt whole square is there. Remove square, it will become square root of 2 by m to delta naught to delta to p into delta d delta. For the system to be stable, d delta by dt becomes 0. So therefore, this will becomes 2 by m into integration of delta naught to delta to PA into d delta. It will become 0. So now, or we can write it as, so this term is also equal to naught to delta into PA into d delta is also equal to 0. So the condition of stability can therefore be stated as the system is stable if the area under the P, that is the accelerating power, that is PA, and delta curve reduces to 0 at some value of delta. Okay, in other words, the positive, that is accelerating area under PA delta curve so in that accelerating area, that is A1 is equal to the decelerating area A2. Hence the name is called as equal area criterion for the stability. So this is about the equal area criterion. So any doubt regarding these things? Somebody has raised it down. Ismaya.
Understood, sir.
Okay. Okay. So the applications of equal area criterion, that is, it means it will be applied, can be illustrate equal area criterion of stability. Now to consider several types of disturbance. So what are those disturbance? Applications of equal area criterion. Where you can apply? So you can illustrate the equal area criterion considering for several types of faults. It occurs in the power system network consisting of a single machine connected to the infinite bus. Single machine connected to the infinite bus. SMIC. The simplification made as follows. The transmission line as well as synchronous machine resistance are ignored here, and rotor speed of the synchronous machine is assumed to be constant, and mechanical input of the machine is assumed to be remain constant, and voltage behind transient reactance is assumed to be remain constant. Damping term contributed by the damper winding in the synchronous machine is neglected. So what are the application where we can apply it? Means a sudden change in input, change in mechanical input. So this is the first case. Next, second case, sudden loss of one of the parallel transmission line. Okay. Third one, suddenly happening, sudden short circuit in one of the parallel line. So in that first case, short circuit at one end of the line, and second one is short circuit away from the line. Away from the line means at the midpoint of the line. So considering these things, and after the circuit breaker is open, we can reclose the circuit breaker. At that time also we can assess. And in this case, very important concepts are critical clearing angle and critical clearing time. So these are very important. Okay. So next class we will discuss about what is critical clearing angle and critical clearing time, and we'll discuss sudden change in mechanical input. So what happened to the equal area criterion, how we can assess. So for all these conditions we can discuss in the next class. Okay. So this is about the equal area criterion. So thank you.